Hello Team Newsround, it's Monday the 1st of September. I'm Jenny and oh, do we have some news stories for you today. Could this be the most expensive football player in history? And what would you call this rare snow leopard? That's right, it is September, and for lots of you that means going back to school after the summer holidays. Now, BBC Bite Size have shared this handy advice for those of you back in the classroom this week.
A little bit nerve-wracking at first, I will admit, but if you listen to what everyone tells you, like all the tips, the help from the teachers, it gets so much easier.
The best thing about secondary school is that I got to discover new subjects.
There's loads of variety of sports you do.
Football, rugby, netball.
And science. I didn't do science in primary school.
Bunsen burners, slime. It's like an actual laboratory.
Basically all the experiments that we get to do.
The best thing about starting secondary school is probably making the friends and meeting new people. And like all the new teachers.
Lots of variety of different foods.
You have a lot more responsibility.
Pizza, chips.
And there are a lot higher expectations.
Chicken.
But you get a lot more freedom as well, which is quite fun.
Better to have more independence.
It feels like kind of nice because your teachers aren't like helping you with every single thing. Like you have to do it yourself.
In secondary school, I was excited about trying the clubs and different activities you could do.
When I got into high school, I started playing guitar, and now I'm very good at it. In fact, I'm in a band.
You get to hold a lot of new memories in secondary school, and you get to probably come out of secondary school with those memories as well, knowing that you got to experience something that other people might not be able to.
I'm a big kid now. I'm joining secondary school now.
I like all the new subjects, so home ec, you get a cook in a double lesson, it's so good. I loved a double lesson of PE, music, your languages, I love all that.
Lovely stuff. Well, staying with the start of term, here is Gladiator and soon-to-be Strictly Star Nitro with his top tips.
How's it going, Newsround? Harry Akins-Ariti here, aka Nitro from Gladiators, here to talk to you about returning to school. I know a few of you might be feeling a little bit nervous, whether it be secondary school or not, but I'm here to offer some advice. Now, it might be a big school, might be a new school, or it might be the same school. Either way, go into that experience with a positive mindset. Give yourself the best opportunity to be successful and embrace it. It's going to be an exciting opportunity for you to learn, to grow, so don't be too nervous. Take it in your stride, as Nitro would. Be positive, try and smile, and just, be happy. That's the most important thing.
Thanks, Nitro. Well, for loads more tips and advice for starting back to school, there is plenty to check out over on the Bite Size website. Next to Afghanistan, where emergency services are moving people to safety by air and by road after a large earthquake in the east of the country. But rescue efforts are being made more difficult as many of the affected areas are very remote. Mobile networks are not working in some places, whilst in other parts, roads have been cut off by landslides and flooding. OK, football now, and the most expensive player ever in British football could be announced later today. Liverpool are thought to have agreed a transfer fee of £125 million to sign striker Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. The Sweden star will have a medical check today ahead of signing for last year's Premier League champions. Isak was a big player for Newcastle last season, scoring 23 goals in the league. OK, more sport now, and after a big weekend at the Rugby World Cup, we know who is through to the quarter-finals. And Ireland secured their place yesterday with a win over Spain. The team didn't qualify for the last World Cup and hadn't reached the knockout stage since 2014, so it was a big achievement. England scored 14 tries in their win over Samoa. It was a record-breaking result with Jess Breach even managing a hat-trick. For Scotland, a win against Fiji also took them through to the next round for the first time since 2002. But sadly for Wales, their Rugby World Cup dreams came to an end after losing to Canada. Wales didn't score any points as Canada took a comfortable win. Now it is the 1st of September, which means it is officially autumn and also the start of storm season. This year, members of the public have chosen what the next storms will be called. And Amy, Bram and Chandra are some of the first picks. The list is made up of tributes to pets, loved ones and everyday heroes. It's thought that naming storms helps to explain the risks of severe weather. OK, let's hear from you now. And what would you put in a time capsule if you thought it wouldn't be found for decades? Well, that's what we've been asking you online, because a Blue Peter capsule buried more than 30 years ago has been dug up and its treasures revealed. Listen to this. Mallory Glinda even said she buried a time capsule with her friends and put in a photo, friendship bracelets, some cheese and plushies. You know, I'm not sure about that cheese. Stubbs would put a football rule book in so the future people will still play, hopefully you're not in any danger. I'd put something that's really popular now in, like a Jellycat or K-pop Demon Hunters, said Constance. And Lego Bunny Tulip did one at school. They put in things like timetables, books and pieces of uniform. Well, thank you for all of your comments. We love to see them. Keep on sending them in. Next, it is Monday, so it's time for some happy news and these cute little critters.
First this week, it's good news for Cinnamon the capybara. She escaped from a zoo in Telford last year, but was returned safe and well back to her home. Her adventure went viral around the world, and her story has now been turned into an animation by a company in Shropshire. Next, take a look at this very cute snow leopard cub taking her first steps. Proud mum Nubra kept a watchful eye over her little one as she explored their habitat at Chester Zoo. The cub, who is the first to be born at the zoo in its 94-year history, has been named Berry, after a river that runs through the Himalayas. The zoo picked the name from thousands of suggestions made by visitors and online followers from all over the world. Finally, from cute animals to cute animal robots. These little guys shown off at a toy show in Tokyo are inspired by meerkats. They do quirky dances and movements, and they use AI to communicate with their owners. Think I still prefer the real thing though.
Nice one. Well, we are out of time, but remember, if you want to join in on our chats, head to the Newsround website and your views on the news could make it onto this screen. You take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.